about inside the rig, people training and operations at EMS. So let's talk about the people on the rig. There's a lot of confusion about levels, EMT, AEMT, I can't even talk, paramedic. Walk us through the difference. Is it kind of like nurse versus doctor? Who can do what?
So everything starts at the EMT level, emergency medical technician. So in order to step up to the advanced EMT or the paramedic level, you have to start as an EMT. The initial EMT certification is about 120 hours worth of training, and that's vital signs, patient assessment, stop, bleeding, control, splints, a few medications, and then as you transition to the advanced EMT, it introduces some more medications, the ability to start IVs, do some more advanced airway techniques, and then the paramedic is a whole lot more training, and their focus is on cardiac care. Being able to interpret 12-lead EKGs, give medications appropriate for cardiac care, lots of medications in our arsenal for pain control and other things like that. And each step requires more training on top of what you already received in your EMT class.
And once you're on the job, it's not a 9 to 5. You're working 24-hour shifts.
That's
what
correct.
Is that actually like? Do you sleep? Where do you sleep? How do meals work?
So it's all dependent on the day, but our crews run a 24/48 schedule, meaning they're on shift for 24 hours and they get 48 hours off. And it's our typical day is we come in, we get our ambulance, we get it stocked, we get it cleaned, we get ready for responses. In between those responses, there's some paperwork that we have to take care of in regards to the runs we make. They clean their station, they cook in the station if they have the ability, or they eat on the run. We have all the amenities of home. We have living room with TVs and computers and kitchens and bedrooms and all the things. So they also have the ability to participate in some training during their shift day or any other thing that may come up that we need to address, tours or of the stations or anything like that.
Okay. How are crews structured across the county? How many stations, how many people on a crew, and what does a supervisor do versus the rest of the team?
Sure. We've got 5 stations throughout the county, our headquarters being in E-Town right next to the government center. We run 3 ambulances out of that with 1 supervisor. Our second station is in Radcliffe, right next to Baptist Health Acute Care. They're on 313. We also run 3 ambulances and a supervisor out of that station. We have an ambulance at the detention center on the south end of E-Town, an ambulance in Sonora, which is connected to the Baptist Health Family Care Center there in Sonora, and then, of course, our new ambulance at the former White Mills Fire Department. All our ambulances have either EMT and an advanced EMT, or EMT and a paramedic, or an advanced EMT or a paramedic. The advanced EMT and paramedic are what we call advanced life support. All of our ambulances have somebody in that capacity with advanced life support skills throughout the county. And then the supervisors, they are in a response vehicle, and their main purpose in life is just extra hands on difficult runs and helping to help operational things like coordinating with flight crews or fire departments, stuff like that. And they also have some extra medical training to be able to do some advanced procedures as well.
All right, audience, drop your questions or let us know you're watching by dropping a comment on this stream. And if you have a question, drop it in the comments as well. Here's something most people probably don't know. I know I didn't until I talked to Brian yesterday. The main EMS station here in E-Town has its own garage doing the lion's share of the repairs on the rigs. Most counties have to outsource that. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we started this program about 3 years ago, and we were outsourcing all our equipment, all our maintenance, preventive maintenance, tires, all the things, and that gets pretty expensive. And luckily, we had a couple members on staff that are certified to work on emergency vehicles. We had the space. We made some purchases, lifts and tire balancers and stuff like that. And we do most of our stuff in-house. There are some projects we have to source out. But the benefit is that those ambulances are not down for an extended period of time, especially for routine things like oil changes and tires and stuff like that. We can address that stuff right away.
All right. And on the pay and benefit side, Brian had flagged something during our call yesterday that I think most people don't realize. Hardin County is one of the few counties that offers hazardous duty retirement for EMS. What does that mean, and why does it matter?
So, hazardous duty retirement is a retirement system geared for folks that are in hazardous duty positions, police, fire, and EMS. The county several years ago made the decision that they would be a part of that, thankfully. And that just means less time to work before retirement, and then your benefits after retirement are a little better than those in the non-hazardous position.
All right. We had a few more people join, so I'm just reminding you guys to drop your questions in the comments, and also let us know here if you don't have a question. Next segment, so we'll move on to segment 3, which is about the